Oh my goodness. So today let me see if I can, yeah. Today I'm wearing a somewhat more, um, I don't know, I don't know. The idea of this shirt was, well, it's a newer shirt. And a lot of my other shirts are kind of rags. Or some of them are rags and some of them should be rags. But there was a time where I had clothes and looked like a professional. And so I wanted to I wanted to upgrade my image. What's that term? Level up my YouTube presence. and but today the reason this shirt went on was because I was going to cut my wife's hair, and I decided to look more professional. So this is what I came up with. And so I came upstairs. She said, "No, I'm not feeling like it anymore." I was wondering if it was the shirt. Okay, so I got a lot of feedback from my one video, which I was in an altered state, not from the use of drugs, besides caffeine, but because of the work I'm doing is altering my consciousness, and so I'm going into states that I've not been in before. And I don't mean like Washington, because I've been in Washington before, but states I haven't been in before. I can't really think of one. No, I've been in Maryland. Can't remember if I've been in North Dakota, but I think I have. I'm just messing with you. But I've been in altered states, um, just from the energy processing that I've been doing. And so, whoops. I knocked over the little spoon holder on the table. I could have moved back, but I wanted to get a little more feeling of space for myself. So today, we have a world healed, a world healed. I like it. I'm just going to stop with that. We have a world healed. Let's just be with that for a minute. What does that feel like? What do those words feel like? Even though it was a Freudian slip, but maybe it was more of a Jungian slip. I think it was definitely more Jungian slip. We have a world healed. Feel that. So this is imagining into the future, and also imagining into the present. So we're imagining by just those words. So it was a slip of the tongue or a slip of the tooth, we don't know which, but just thinking in, feeling in, going into those words, because I didn't mean to say those, but when I said them, it took me into that. So if you want to, you can go into that. Connecting to the world healed. Just feel how good that feels. So just feel that for a minute. Whether it be in your present, whether it be in your future, whether it be the world we're moving into, that is the world healed, or whether it is the world healing field where everything is healed. Maybe just for today, we don't need to do a world healing field. We're going to connect with where we're going, and we're going to bring it back with us. So this could be perceived to be hypnosis. Hypnosis is using words to help people have an experience and maybe make suggestions to them of an experience they have, and then if they follow those suggestions, they have that experience. Like, let's just use safe and effective as two words that can be hypnotic if repeated over and over and over again, and you're starting to go like, oh, safe and effective, safe and effective. I'll just run out and do that. That's hypnosis. This is also hypnosis. Hypnosis was mesmerizing. Mesmer was the one who started the whole thing, and he just found that if he talked in a certain tone of voice and talked in a certain way, people would just go into these trances, and you know, later on, further on, when it went from mesmerism to hypnosis to high school auditoriums with hypnotists telling people that they were ballerina chickens, like they did with a junior varsity football coach. And the guy's life was never the same after he went around the stage dancing as a ballerina chicken. I mean, it was over for him. Okay. World healed. If you think about it, that is a combination of the world healing field. Healing field combined is healed. And I'm just getting this. And so also I'm sounding like I've been out back or whatever. But I haven't been, you know. No, that's chasing away the devil, which is the card that we got today. So let's just move on. So even though this may be a world healing field for you, it is also an awareness of the importance for you to experience the world as healed. So we have a world healing field. We can connect to the world healing field, and we can connect to the world healed. Because if it's a healing field, the only way it can be a healing field is there's the energy of the world healed within the field. Because how would we know where we're going if it wasn't there? And our minds, I'm having a lot of fun with myself because I'm the only one here on some levels. I mean, yeah, Arlen and his group might be right there, you know, but and my wife might be right there. The reason I'm doing this upstairs, so this is the studio, this is the upstairs YouTube studio, also called our dining room table. So I don't get to use this studio very frequently. I have to basically make sure that people are out and not going to be coming back for a period of time. And I got to get my little things set up so, you know, the computer's at the right height and the lights making me look like I have, you know, like an aura or like a little angel thing like in the old papal pictures, you know, where the holy person had this aura and googly eyes, you know, holy person had the googly eyes. There they are right there, googly eyes. So, when you pull the cards, for the world, and you get so how the cards were pulled. I was the puller of the cards. And I was pulling cards for myself and two others. And these cards were also to be used for, so the cards were to be used for what is the energies we've been working with, what is the energies we are working with, and where is all this going. And so the card that I was representing me, was what are we coming out of? And it was like the devil card, which its astrological sign that it's related to is Capricorn. I happen to be a Capricorn. And it's about ambition, infrastructure, development, and focus. It's the number 6, so 15, Major Arcana 15, and that's, I think, the devil's symbol right there. I wasn't consciously attempting to make it, but I think that's oftentimes used as symbol of the devil or the goat, which Capricorn is the goat. But it's the 15, Major Arcana 15, 5 and 1 is 6, and the number 6 is about harmony, nurturing, community, caretaking, movement. The key words related to the devil is blocked expansion, temptation, vices, destructive behaviors, getting caught up in ambition, power, control, distractions, losing focus, desperation, internal shadows, fears being made manifest, wildness, surrender, captivity, desire, cravings. All the things that really we are in the process of releasing our attachments to, the things we're leaving behind, which is not necessarily the thing, but the attachment to the thing. And as our systems are getting clearer and clearer, as our fields are expanding, we're like, wait, I don't want to let go of this. And then we get into that energy of attachment to the thing. That's the devil card. I'm working with it. You might be too. Just letting go of these old attachments that took us off. And I'll just tell you, someday I'm going to just make a video from this book. Now, this is from this book, little blank page book that you can write stuff in, was what I was writing in 1996. I was told to get a book and keep notes. And Arlen and his group were guiding me through a process that would allow me, and so this is kind of proof. So if ever there's a biography, these are the notes that my voices in my head, the process they took me through to get me ready to do us, kind of when you think about it, it'd be something you might think about back in the period of time where I was getting stoned. Like, oh yeah, man, you know what's happening tonight? We're going to help this being coming from another planetary system incarnate as the soul of the earth, man. And that being, its name I think is like Abrahamanad, is going to set up this field of energy that's going to cause a cleansing of the entire earth, man. I'm not kidding. And that's going to go on for exactly 28 years. And then we're going to be moving into a new world, man. Is that cool or what? And I'm saying this stuff not stoned. I mean, I'm detoxing, so I could be detoxing the stuff that got me stoned back in 1968, 69, 70, 71. I think that was the period of time when I could be found red-eyed and smiling. That was a value. You know, if you were like a messed up teenager who had lots of traumas that they hadn't gotten over and was just trying to get through high school without getting beat up. A lot of kids a lot of boy kids, girl kids, I don't know what's happening in the girl kid department, and nothing much was happening at that time in the girl kid department that I knew about. But in the boy kid department, there was a lot of boys being picked on, being beat up for not being the same as the boys that had the Leatherman jacket, you know, the sports jackets that had symbols on their chest, say that like they could kick some ass on the football field or whatever. You can imagine me in that group. And at 17 years old, I was 5 foot tall and I weighed 85 pounds. I was not what you call intimidating on a physical level. On other levels, I could be, but on a physical level, I wasn't. But my body's been detoxing now for, I'm going to say, 16 months. It's been very useful. I've been orchestrating it, doing my best to just keep it going. It's going well. It's not necessarily pretty, but I made the determination that if I really cleaned up my system and got all my organs working at a higher level, I might live longer. And if I didn't live longer, I might be happier not being in pain. And so I think the energies are causing this detox, but I'm just going with it. But there are things we get attached to. So, cheers. This is one of them. This is caffeine. And the rest of them are gone. There were others back along the way that I left behind. But it's not so much the substance, it's the addiction. And the addiction to the substance has to do with the ability to alter your consciousness from one state to another with a chemical. So I'm just going to say this, that this is the state of the world. The state of the world is there are very few people, from my perspective, on the planet that's happy with the way it is. A challenging time, and we're all making our way through this challenging time. And world healed. World Healing Field, the abbreviation, World Healed. There have to be some be some who are holding that energy. And you might be one of them. I might be one of them. And you know, I'm a person that allowed voices inside my head to guide my actions over a course of, January. So over a course of approximately 15 months to go through these processes so that I could do a task that was outside of what I would say a normal person's perception of reality. Like maybe some mystic might go, yeah, I can be there. I can hold the space and help this being to enter in as the soul of the earth. Some mystic might just think, yeah, no problem. I did not perceive myself to be that. I perceived to be myself as a kind of like, I'm a good healer, I'm a good chiropractor, I'm a good hair cutter, I'm a good caretaker of horses, I'm a good mower of lawns, I'm a good practical Capricorn person who can move through the world and make it a better place as I move through it. That was my perception of self. Unfortunately, I had beings who had a whole nother perception of me. And they were focused on their intention for me to go through a process so I could understand their vision of me and I could perform a task I'd agreed to perform. Okay, so I can hear the maybe conversation coming to an end. I set up here because I was told that a certain person was leaving the building. So I came up and I put all my stuff together to do this video. And then I noticed that that person's billfold was sitting on the table. And so I called that person to let them know they had left their billfold behind with their cards, which they might need when they're out and about. Then I looked out the window and I saw that the person's car was still there. They had said they were leaving, but they didn't leave. So they're saying you're going to do something and they're doing something. And I didn't go into like, oh man, I could have just set up downstairs, but I wanted to be where there was some more light. And so I came upstairs and I got everything set up. And the person said they were going to leave, but they didn't leave. And you can feel it. Just that contraction, that stoppage of the flow of energy because things aren't working out as I'm attempting to control them to work out. And we can consciously choose to let that shit go. Just let it go. And look, go into your file cabinet. I actually have a file cabinet. There's not much in it, but there's a few things. And I have a file cabinet. It's a 4-drawer file cabinet with not much in it. Because at one point it had a lot in it, and now it just doesn't. But it had this in it. And I went looking for a theme book so I could write in it based on the work I'm doing with Thomas Hubel in the Ancestral Healing Code course I'm taking. And I open it up, and it's the notes from the time before the incarnation of Abrahamanad on March 23rd of 1997. So it's the information that my guides are giving to me, in October, November, December of 96. And then January and February and March of 97, coming right up to that time when I was going to be going up onto a hillside in Manchester, Michigan, middle of nowhere really. It's close to some places that people could consider somewhere, but really this was a llama farm in the middle of farm country on the top of a hill with a vortex, which I was led to. There's going to be I may do a shortened version of this tarot card reading. The devil card, just let go of those things that keep us attached to the way it was, because it ain't going to be that way anymore. And there may be some place people can go who still want it to be the way it is. It might, I don't know how it works. I don't know. So I'm going to turn the volume off for a moment. Okay, I've just muted us. I came up and set up because you said you were leaving.
Oh, you didn't know I was still here?
No, but I did. But I went ahead and did it anyway. But I noticed your wallet. So I called you to tell you had forgotten your wallet.
Oh, I see.
Because I thought you're out running around and you're going to be disappointed that you didn't have your wallet with you.
One of the things I'm going to do is mail Alice's painting for her. So I definitely need my wallet. Yeah, I got distracted because Martha called.
Yeah, I totally get it.
If it's okay with you, I'm just going to make myself a little latte for the road, which basically just entails heating up some milk because I've already got coffee.
Yeah. Well, if you don't mind, I will put the volume back on again, and you can go ahead and do it because I'm, 3/4 of the way through
Let
this.
me just make sure that I'm not going to have to come into your space. I don't think so. I put your stuff in the car. I put the package in the car. So I'm going to make myself some coffee. Maybe I'll take a couple of fruit bars so I don't starve. And then I'll go.
Okay. I'm going to put the volume back on.
All right.
Okay, volume back on. So, energy is currently being worked with. The Major Arcana 10, the Wheel of Fortune. Currently it's about expansion, abundance, growth, stabilization, beliefs and ideals. Currently we're looking at how we've been focused on our own journey, our own dreams, our own understanding of who we are. But after spending so much time in solitude and reflection, we rejoin the world, newly sensitive to the ways that our unique magic, wisdom, gifts, and skills contribute to the cycles and patterns of the universe. It's like sliding from the driver's seat into the passenger side, like getting strapped into a carnival ride that restricts our movements. This sensation can be topsy-turvy, our stomach dropping and our breath catching in ways that are surprising, unexpected, exciting. Luck and fate and destiny form a tangled web of movement, stillness, growth, destruction. As we slip back into the currents of society, we see how the choices that we make impact those around us. Our lives do not exist in a vacuum, and the things that we create the vision that we have for the future, have the capacity to make lasting, permanent, significant change. Bigger cycles are always at play, and there will always be forces that are beyond our control, but we find an undeniable sense of empowerment here, beginning to celebrate the things that we can influence and emancipate the things that we cannot. All this is leading to healing, choice, intentionality, sensitivity, intuition, psychic wisdom, and duality. The key words are observation, thoughtfulness, careful movement, gentle assessment, pragmatic questioning. A desire to build something lasting has been slowly growing within us. We deliberately open ourselves up to new experiences, exploring it and experimenting, observing and questioning. Our natural sensuality is balanced by a rich desire for responsible awareness, and we move with grace, patience, and purpose, even if we aren't sure exactly what we want our legacy to be. As we venture out into the world, as we seek to gather resources and share them with others, we step into careful curiosity of the Page of Pentacles. Okay, those are the cards for today. May they serve you well, and namaste.